Wife cheated on me, got pregnant with the other guy and filed for divorce, and finally when her AP dumped her, she started begging for mercy. While we were still married, she gets pregnant with the guy she was cheating on me with, who is also married to someone else. She has this idea that he's going to leave his wife and they're going to get married. She got a lawyer and filed for divorce. I get a lawyer too. Only thing is that he works for his wife's father, who is setting him up to take over when daddy retires. He realized that getting a divorce means his cushy career is over, confesses everything to his wife and begs for her forgiveness. His wife takes him back and he cuts off my wife. Seeing that her dreams of living with her BF are over, she claims that I'm the father, which is impossible because by that time, we hadn't had sex for more than a year before conception. This does not stop her from telling everyone who will listen that it's my kid. She has her lawyer drop the divorce proceedings. I tell my lawyer to start them with me as the plaintiff and that I want to dispute paternity. I move out. She starts stalking me, shows up at my job and tries to get in. I work as a civilian in R&D at a military base. The MPs do not take any of her crap and wind up detaining her when she tries to run past the gate. She calls me at work to bail her out or something. I tell her that whatever she's done, it's not my problem, and hang up. I also was able to get a restraining order, which she violated repeatedly. She asked for everything, both cars, the entire house and contents, savings, my retirement account, etc., plus 7 years of spousal support. I offered no support and half of the assets. If she wanted to house, she'd have to buy me out and refinance in her name only. When the kid was born, she tried to put my name on the birth certificate anyway, but I'd already successfully disputed paternity, so that didn't go over well. She had to go after Loverboy, who was definitely less than happy to see her. In the end, we split the assets 50-50, sold the house, and she got no spousal support. I don't know if she was able to get money for the kid from Loverboy or not. She called me a few times after the divorce, wanting to get together and talk. The calls were in violation of the restraining order, but I never reported it. About 6 months after the divorce was final, I was offered a new job on the other side of the country. I took it and never told anyone outside of my family where I was going. Almost all of our friends believed her when she claimed the baby was mine and made me out to be the idiot, so I didn't really feel the need to tell them anything. Life is better now. Some relevant comments. After I also divorced my wife, she removed the retaining clips for my windshield wipers, but put the wipers back on the arms. First storm after I got my car back from her. Driver's side wiper flew off the car on Interstate 40. Good times. Yikes. She sounds like a piece of work. My ex, who initiated divorce with me, told anyone that would listen that she left me because she found out that I had another family in an adjacent state, and that all the years I was traveling for work was actually to go be with my other family. At first everyone believed her because, why would she lie? But after a few months anyone that mattered knew it was nonsense. Some people will do anything to cover up their bad deeds. Cheating on its own is a horrible act. What I can't fathom is when that cheater then feels entitled to stuff. To have the gall to ask for spousal support and truly believe you owe it to them too. It's crazy to me that she should even get half. No shame. Story 2. Throwaway account because my wife uses Reddit. Essentially what the title says. Found out she effed an old coworker 3.5 months ago. She doesn't know I know. I found out by snooping on her phone one night when she fell asleep before me, and the messages were all there. From what I could tell, it looks like they only had sex, maybe a few times, but I don't know. Last week I snooped again and found out they have plans to do it again this Friday when she's going out of town on a work trip. Originally I was completely disgusted and absolutely heartbroken. I couldn't sleep because of the images in my head. I started drinking more and smoking a lot of plant to take my mind off of it, which has kinda helped but not enough. Life was hard initially, but things have been better since Hannah and I hit it off. Who's Hannah? Well, she's my new girlfriend. After I found out, I started working more. I wanted to build up a mountain of OT money so I could plan my next move, whatever it was. Anyway, she recently started working in the same area as me about 8 months ago. With me working more, I was able to spend more time around her. She's gorgeous to say the least. Objectively better looking than my wife. We started talking daily and I told her about the situation with my wife. She was really supportive and caring for me. One night, wife was on a work trip. After our shift I asked her to grab a drink with me, which she said yes. After a few hours, we ended up at her place and we effed all night long. The next morning I held her in bed and talked for a few hours. I really started to like this girl and wondered where this could go. That day I ended up going home and picked up my wife at the airport. She didn't expect a thing and carried on like usual. Hannah and I talked the next day about what happened. I told her I really enjoyed our time, which she excitedly responded that she felt the same. We agreed to keep it under the radar and also only talk when we are at work to avoid my wife finding out. So far it's worked and she hasn't suspected a thing. It's been 3 weeks since that talk and every day after work we have sex in my car in a parking lot. I want to keep this going as long as I can. I effing hate my wife for what she did and I just want to inflict as much pain as possible. It should be easy to, as my wife is too infatuated with her new boy toy to take notice of anything. I know eventually, however, I need to come clean and divorce my wife. I'm just hurt. But anyway, F that B word. Edit. I have screenshots of the text since I found out. Should have included that. I just need to find a lawyer and start the process. Some relevant comments. Be with Hannah because you enjoy your time with her, not because you want to hurt your wife. Divorce your wife and be with Hannah openly. If you like her, stop hiding and treating her like a mistress. She deserves better than a quick shag in the car, man. Just get a divorce. I don't know how getting a girlfriend could affect that. The first thing you should have done is gotten tested for STDs. You could always be swearing STDs for all we know. Is the guy married to? Because if he is, his wife deserves to know, and maybe has a girlfriend, his partner deserves to know. Break up and move on. Your new fling is based off revenge cheating on your wife. BTW, your new situation is not a relationship. She's a mistress in hiding and she's terrible enough to go along with it, which means her morals are just as bad as yours and your wife. Plus effing her in your car in the parking lot. Yep, real romantic relationship you got going. Couldn't pay for a hotel or go to her house. Says a lot about Hannah. I don't think your wife's effing in parking lots, no matter how much prettier Hannah is. If you want to be serious, stop treating Hannah like a mistress and leave your wife, instead lying and hiding it as long as you can. All you did was find a backup plan and soft place to land when you leave. Instead of manning up and leaving her, you stooped to her level. Update. So I wanted to post an update for you guys. To start, I'm an idiot. But what you all said is right. I should be with Hannah because I want to, not out of spite for my wife's infidelity. Additionally, I'm risking my job and future messing around with Hannah, as I'm sure we would be fired if they found out. Not to mention the public sex being extremely risking and stupid. I agree, but neither of us wanted to pay for a room. I broke up with Hannah because I realized, kinda already knew, that what we had going is a rebound. While my marriage is over, I'm still hurting a lot. I'm not going to lie. It dulls the pain of being cheated on when you have someone else. I told Hannah that while now is not a good time, maybe in the future we can try again. TBH though, I'm not so sure. I didn't lie about my feelings to her, but the more I think about it, the more I just want a fresh start in life. That includes moving on from Hannah. I just feel deep down that our relationship starting as it did is not great, and probably toxic. For some context of my life and what I do, I work midnights at a dead-end factory job. I'm replaceable AF and it makes me feel worthless. I'm pretty miserable here, and through the years I've tried for a better position, but I keep getting passed up. Even though I definitely have the credentials and knowledge to back me up, I still get nowhere. So I'm done. Done trying. I want to escape. All I wanted in life was a good job, a loyal wife, a big house, and maybe a few kids one day. But it's just not in the works for me, at least not now. I want to restart. New life completely. New job, new home, new style, new everything. I love the mountains, and feeling the mountain air hit my skin brings me joy. I think that's where I want to go. Maybe own something small that I can call mine. Colorado and Montana are beautiful and are at the top of my list to move to, so that might be what I do. I don't know yet. I'm from the Midwest, so it's not super far away, but would give me good distance from my old life. The only problem is that I need a new job. I would ideally want something remote that pays decent enough, but I'm not so sure I can pull a job like that. Maybe going back to school would help, but I don't know if I have the time or patience to wait on a degree. As for my wife, I haven't confronted her yet. I don't know how to. Neither have I told her about Hannah, which I don't think I will. As good as it would feel to dish the pain she caused me right back, it would help me going forward, and the future is all I'm really looking at. Moving on is healthier. Last week I finally made the decision to contact a lawyer and start the process of divorce. I don't know why I waited so long. After leaving Hannah, I thought briefly that maybe I could fix my marriage, but I talked to my father and told him everything. He himself had been cheated on by my mother years ago and it broke him. He pretty much gave me the same advice as I've been hearing. Leave Hannah alone and take care of this divorce. I told him to not say anything, which I trust. He always has my back. He loves me, and it really shook me when he started to cry during our talk. I realized I need to get my crap together. Thanks for the advice and scolding some of you gave me. While I feel like crap, I think I needed it. Some of you wanted an epic story of revenge, but I don't want that drama. Maybe I did it first, but it was out of anger. Like I said, now I just want to move on. At the end of the day, it's my life and this is just another post to you. Story 3. I, 38 male, have been with my wife, Natalie, 37 female, for 8 years, married for 4 years. Natalie has a daughter from a previous relationship. Kaya, 12 female. Kaya's dad left when she was a newborn. We have no idea where he is. I love her as if she were mine. She calls me dad and has a great relationship with me. I told Natalie from the very beginning that I would like to have biological children, and she said she is open to having more kids. After we got married, we bought a nice place and started trying for a baby. After a year, we did some testing and all came back normal. My wife said IVF would be too costly and hard on her body. I was secretly devastated, but I decided to come to terms with the fact that I'll never have any biological kids. This was until a few days ago when I found out from Natalie's sister that Natalie lied to me. She and her sister got into a fight in our house, and her sister screamed, "At least I don't take pills behind my husband's back and claim I'm infertile. Does he know you had an abortion?" I was floored. My wife kicked her sister out and started crying, saying she really didn't want another kid and didn't want to lose me. I can't believe she lied to me instead of talking to me. I just left. I have been staying at my parents' house since then. Natalie begs me to come back, and she says we can try for a baby. Kaya even messaged me to come back. My parents think I should just move on and give her another chance. She made a mistake, and she apologized. Am I the idiot for wanting a divorce for this lie? Added, I live in Canada. I'm pro-choice. I do believe women have to control their bodies. Don't lecture me about her rights. But this is a different case. She lied to me. I could have now have my baby in my arms. I had no idea she is against having more babies until a few days ago. Abortion happened 1.5 years after our wedding. Yes, my baby. Yes, she saw me devastated and upset when she claimed we can't have a baby. I can't believe she lied in my face. Some relevant comments. Not the idiot. Damn, that's some effed up dishonesty. Not the idiot. That is not a small lie. I generally support women's right to choose, but lying is not a right. She aborted your wanted child without discussing it with you. That's a pretty high level of betrayal. She told her sister but not you. How many people knew? How many people kept the truth from you and for how long? I'm sorry, OP. I'm with you, and that's coming from me who's a child-free person. This guy was upfront in wanting his own kids. She repeatedly misrepresented herself and then consciously lied every day that she popped those BC pills. I understand not wanting more kids, but she should have been upfront with that. Instead, she robbed him of having his dream of his own biological children while she already had hers. She's robbed him of almost 10 years that he could have used to find a partner to build a family with. She's nothing short of deplorable and incredibly selfish. How can she even say she loves him if this was the false life she was leading? Glad her sister outed her. Hopefully he can find someone. It just sucks that he'll be that much older and starting a family. This is not a mistake or a small lie. This is complete and total deception on her part. She has been secretly taking birth control pills and also had an abortion behind your back, all the while knowing that you have been hurting, thinking that a baby was not possible. Also keep in mind that if her sister had not told you, then she would have continued this lie until you gave up. This was not a one-time mistake. She took BC every day for 4 years to keep from getting pregnant, and then when she did get pregnant, she ended it without ever talking to you about it. I would not return to the house and would get an attorney. Get some friends to go get your things from the house and advise her through your attorney that you will be filing for divorce. Move on now and find someone who will not lie to you for your entire marriage. I would never trust her again, and with no trust you have no marriage. This is honestly one of the most horrific posts I have ever read on this site. I am a guy and have tears in my eyes for you from reading this post. Also, if you can please update this post so we can see how it turned out for you. Update. Thank you for all your kind comments and private messages. I did receive a few unkind ones accusing me of trying to control her body or making her feel unsafe, which is why she secretly went through with it. Natalie came over to my parents' house last night after dinner. She dropped off Kaya at her friend's because she said she needed to talk to me. I'm glad I gave her the chance because I now have no doubt she is a pathological liar. She said after her first pregnancy she had to work so hard to be in shape, and she swore she would never do that again. I said, then you lied to me from day one. She said she thought she would change her mind, but she didn't. Then she saw me come to terms with not having a baby, so she decided not to tell me. I said, so you lied more. You got rid of my baby because you wanted to stay fit. You didn't even discuss anything with me. How could you do that to me? I could be holding my baby right now and you stole that from me. She said she is sorry, but the good news is she still can. I said, you are still lying. You still don't want a baby and you're only saying it so I stay. I don't even know what to believe anymore. I can't trust you, ever. She started crying, saying Kaya is so sad you left us because I can't give you a baby. I lost it. You lied to her too. Is this why she thinks I left? I told her it's over and get out of my parents' house. She cried and cried. I'll meet with a lawyer this week to start the separation process. I'll send a text to Kaya and explain that I didn't abandon her and will do anything to be in her life. I never legally adopted her, sadly. I can't believe I blindly trusted her all these years. As for Kaya's dad, I have no idea who he is. She refuses to talk about it. Some relevant comments. I'm so sorry. That level of dishonesty is unacceptable. Along with that is the role she has clearly set for you in her life. ATM, father figure but not father, would be too much for me as well. Not the idiot. Even after you left, she's still lying about the situation. You need to leave. I have a feeling she isn't being truthful about the child's father. You won't be seeing Kaya, and I'm sure that will be hard. She will grow up being upset that having a baby was the most important thing to you. She won't understand why you chose that over her. She's a kid, and her mom will explain that she lied to avoid losing you. She should have told you after you accepted it, at least, that she changed her mind and didn't want to try. My ex couldn't have kids, and I accepted it, but they also lied to me about getting treatment. They never did. I'm relieved that they are gone. The partner after that was honest about never wanting them, and I loved them 100%. They were all that I wanted or needed. Not everyone feels that way. Story 4. Throwaway account. I, 24 male, and my GF, 26 female, has been dating for 2 years. I proposed to her half a year ago and everything was fine up until she told her family. We are from different cultures, and her family doesn't approve of the marriage until meeting me. They live at the other side of the earth and I have no means of visiting them. Yes, she introduced me through video chat. They have been telling her to leave me. I know, family red flag. I don't know why they don't like me. But she knows I wouldn't leave her and she can't leave me by herself, so she took the matter into her own hand and went to a party, got drunk and had a one-night stand with a random guy, so I will leave her. She told me the next morning but pleaded with me not to leave her because she deeply regretted it and can't imagine her life without me. She cried a lot that day and continuously cries every day. She barely eats anything. And I don't know what to do. Part of me just wants to leave her, but another part wants to fix it because she is the love of my life and I don't know what to do. She offered I can cheat on her as many times as I want, just don't leave, and she will never do it again. Not the cheating nor the parties. Since then I moved out of our apartment and crashing with friends now. I'm writing this because I don't know what to do. After the morning she cut ties with her family. I want to take her back. I know I should probably leave forever, but I don't know what to do. She was the perfect girlfriend before this. I'm writing this because I'm desperate. I forgave her but it hurts so much and I don't think cheating back at her would help. Every day is a nightmare now. She never cheated before. Only the both of us knows. Until now. Some relevant comments. Don't fall for her crocodile tears and don't buy into her nonsense attempts to blame you for her being a HOE. She has deep character flaws and no moral compass to speak of. A woman who loves her man isn't going to F someone else and isn't going to want to see him with someone else. She's only begging for your forgiveness and to take her back because of what you provide for her financially. She doesn't love you and never did. She thinks you're a weak nice guy pushover who will take her back. Hell, you said it yourself that she said she doesn't think you'd leave her. That's a huge red flag that emboldens a lot of cheaters. By taking her back, you'll only be giving her permission to continue cheating on you. Dump her and go completely no contact. Block her on everything. It's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. Do not feel guilty. You deserve better. She made her bed and she effed someone else in it. To hell with her. Go full no contact with her and make sure to tell everyone why you're not with her. Your family, or as if you've been introduced. Your mutual friends. Everyone. That mantra at the beginning of my post tells you really all you need to know. All the best, OP. Don't overthink. Go nuclear. She has removed herself from your concern and your life with her actions. Remember, do not feel guilty. Not over anything that happens as a result of her opening her legs. I don't know how to put updates, so I just put it here. I got a lot of comments and messages. She is from a much more traditional country. She was drunk but not blaming alcohol. She knew what she was doing. She is willing to do whatever I want. And I know it sounds crazy, but I was his first. I didn't want to mention it because I thought it's too personal, but whatever if it helps you to paint a clearer picture. And she cut contact with the family after she told me by herself. I checked her phone right after and nothing is there, so I don't think she tried to find a replacement. I held it for 2 days while I was still there, and I have all the passwords for everything. I check on the camera sometimes, and she just eats and cries and sleeps, doesn't do anything else. It's movement activated, so I turn on the alarm so I would get a notification when it's recording. Thank you for all the support. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you really like our videos, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.